Hi, good morning, everyone. I'm Sue Armstrong, and I am here to share my Cloud of Witnesses story with you today. It's in two parts, and please bear with me if I get a little teary during either of them. So, show of hands, who knows what a wildcatter is? Okay, I see some hands. Awesome. So that's what my father's dad was. It's a person who chases the jobs back after the Great Depression in Oklahoma and Texas, where oil was being discovered and drilled out of the ground. And it was dirty and thankless work. I get that. But my dad's dad married young, and within literally a decade, had 9 children, my father being one of them. And then he suddenly up and left the family, leaving my grandmother with 9 children to feed and raise. So my father and his older brother, my Uncle Jerry, both really had to kind of quit high school. My dad was in 10th grade, Jerry was in 11th, to keep food on the table at their house. My father went on to get his GED and do all kinds of things that I'll talk about in a minute. But when he was also in 10th grade, through, I don't know, I think maybe God had something to do with it, but through a Sunday school teacher who was my grandmother, was introduced to my mom. And they have been married for a very long time and raised a family. So my dad, like I said, got his GED, was brought into the nuclear navy that Hyman Rickover, if you know that name, was building at the time, and became a nuclear engineer, commanding nuclear submarines, a submarine tender, a nuclear base, commissioning the USS Louisville, a submarine, and on and on and on. But what he never stopped doing was thinking about 3 things, and he reminded us of this at his 80th birthday party: family, church, and community. And what can you do to be of service? And so I have carried that with me my whole life. And so my mom and dad and my whole family, most of whom are in the ministry, actually, I don't know where I missed that boat, but oh well, carry that with us throughout our lives. Well, fast forward in my life to right as my children were born, which is a long time ago now. But I started visiting churches, and I came to this church, and it turns out a neighbor of ours who became a really good friend, Karen Haynes, if you remember her, basically cornered me one Sunday right over there at the door and said, "I think you belong here." If that's not divine, what is? So I have been 100% blessed in my life to find ways of service with you all, whether that's teaching Sunday school or Vacation Bible Camp or taking our youth on mission trips, serving on session, being in the choir and Honey and Locust, whoop, whoop. It's just been a huge blessing in my life. And you, each one of you, are my cloud of witnesses because we serve together. We figure out what to do. We figure out a community issue that we need to solve. And as you heard, we celebrated Bob Moore's, many of you were here yesterday, life yesterday, and all of his contributions and service to this congregation. And if you're like me, you have like a super troglodyte-looking pencil mug that came out of the art studio downstairs from one of your kids or one of your friends. And it occurred to me last night, this thing has been on my desk for literally 20 years. So that's a testament to Bob's service to this church. And I would just leave us with this thought today. As we hear in Matthew 18, verse 20, God is always with us. Matthew was inspired to say, "For where 2 or 3 come together in my name, there I am with them." So let's see what this cloud can do as we move into the future. And thank you all so much.